Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling review series for the month of June in 1990. June 30th is our next episode here. A couple of shots available in July, but we're gonna end June here. Um, Obviously, we're moving towards SummerSlam pretty quickly. The end of August is SummerSlam, back when they had 4 pay-per-views that actually mattered a year, versus the 12 where maybe 3 pay-per-views a year matter right now. Um, but or network purviews as they were. Rick Rude on a collision course with the Ultimate Warrior, doing matches with the Warrior around the horn. Rude against Jim Powers here. Powers less than 3 years removed from the Young Stallions deal. Powers gets tossed over the top rope very quickly, comes back in. I guess he landed on his feet or slid out or something. Anyway, Powers with a beautiful drop kick there, and Rude gets, I guess, a modified hip toss body slam combination. No, not really sure where they're going with that. It was awkward nonetheless. Rude takes a few shots, punches, and the like at his adversary. Rude also goes to the top rope relatively quickly, nails a top rope knee drop that catches, or leg drop that catches uh, his opponent Powers right across the side of the head. Ouch. And you actually see the referee saying, are you okay? That sort of thing. Rude Awakening, they go to the finish relatively quickly. They plug a upcoming Coliseum video back when Coliseum video was really a cool thing. Then we see Tugboat read a letter from a fan to Hulk Hogan. Basically, the fan says he loves Hogan, wants to see him return as quickly as possible. The fans are making a difference. They do I guess, around the arena search, and some fans, both male and female, all kids, probably, I'd say between the ages of 8 and 13, 14, talking about whether Hogan should return. It's 50-50. Some say he's been injured too much, he should not return. Others say he should. Bushwhackers in a squash match here. Bushwhacker squash is always pretty simple. Bob Bradley, part of that. Anyway, punch, kick, and some headbutts along the way, including the battering ram. Bushwhackers still doing their deal with rhythm and blues. Bushwhackers not really. I don't know that they were ever a top tag team. I'd say a second tier tag team. They were a draw maybe for a bit in '89 as a comedy thing, but I don't know that by 1991 they weren't just on the roster just because. Certainly much different than moving them towards things that had more meaning. A wreath is presented by Jimmy Hart, or given by Jimmy Hart to Hulk Hogan in an event center promo. Basically, uh, Jim Duggan, is set up with Earthquake as the house show run, mainly because Hogan was doing the movie deal. Hillbilly Jim and Haku is plugged at an upcoming Boston show, and Hillbilly basically says that his feet are just as hard as Haku's. Boris Zukov with the Russian flag and doing the Russian national anthem still here. Zukov and Volkov kind of blow their deal off by the Survivor Series. Zukov, as a single, not nearly as impactful. Punches, kicks, forearms. The enhancement talent gets a near fall. Well, an attempt at a near fall. Couple of them, actually. Schoolboy and a sunset flip and all that. I think they tried to make Boris Zukov into more than he was as a singles guy here. The end of the tag team was kind of the beginning of the end for him. He was gone by the beginning of '91, so he's finishing up here over the next few months. Um, a Tree of Woe, oddly, by Boris Zukov, and he does an inset promo during his own match where he talks about wanting to permanently destroy his former tag team partner, and again, enhancement talent up and over, and tries actually hits a backflip off the middle rope, and then a clothesline to the back of the skull. A win for Boris Zukov there. Zukov and Volkov are up. And Volkov talks about left, right, gonna knock you out. Boris Zukov at an upcoming house show match in Boston on I believe, the 14th of July. Then Rhythm and Blues talks about taking out the Bushwhackers on that same date. And I mean, that's your house show. But it's amazing to me. I mean, can you honestly say at this point in 2020 that a house show lineup would excite you? I'm looking back at this 30 plus years later, excited about. I missed a good show on Saturday night, the 14th of July in 1990. I wasn't there. I missed a good show. I couldn't say that in 2020. Anyway, Million Dollar Man Ted DiBiase here on the this week, kind of interviewing the football coach of the Big Boss Man. Football coach says that he wasn't a good athlete, didn't hit hard, and could barely catch, could barely run. Anyway, Tugboat is in there in an enhancement match. Dino Bravo does an inset promo, basically says he's going to eliminate the Tugboat. World's strongest man, yada yada. Big bear hug and forward fall by the Tugboat. Tugboat manages to do some, basic punching, kicking type stuff. Tugboat goes to the second rope on the inside. Big splash, 1, 2, 3. Odd to see Tugboat go flying like that. Then we go to a Brother Love show, which is pretty impressive. Heenan talks about Mr. Perfect being the best Intercontinental Champion there's ever been, and a perfect member of the Heenan family. They endorse his hair, his wrestling ability, his overall ability. Of course, Perfect, still your Intercontinental Champion, and doesn't lose the belt until SummerSlam, which is another thing, too. You actually expected big things to happen at pay-per-views back in 1990 because there weren't so many. You didn't have that expectation going into today. Dusty Rhodes with Sapphire out next. Dusty Rhodes here for about another maybe 6 months. Sounds about right. End of January is where we are. And he's done at the end of Royal Rumble 91. Rhodes, arm bars, arm ringers. Dusty Rhodes never really great in the ring, but manages to use a combination of psychology and charisma to get himself a lot further than most people would think he would get. Inset promo, Savage basically saying the common man will be eliminated. Dusty hits the top of the head elbow. Sapphire on the outside of the ring. Basically, to me, was an admission that Dusty didn't get over with the fans and he needed a little extra. Then we move to Demolition, announcing the existence of Crush. Crush basically says he's here to take advantage of an opportunity. He's ready, willing, and able. Demolition going to completely eliminate the Hart Foundation and everything that gets in their way. That's how they turn heel. I mean, it was a pretty quick turn. Earthquake out for an enhancement talent match. Enhancement talent out of the way of the big splash in the corner, hits a drop kick. Earthquake doesn't even leave his feet. Big clothesline for his trouble. Of course, he's set up for the semi-main event with Hogan at the SummerSlam pay-per-view. Meanwhile, Jim Duggan and the enhancement talent both wearing friendship bracelets to Hulk Hogan, which was a marketing campaign they were doing at the time. Duggan has wrapped his entire 2x4 in these friendship bracelets as a promo technique during an inset promo where he's plugging his matches upcoming around the country with the Earthquake and the ability to take him out. And a big Earthquake splash. And Earthquake actually post-match goes down and rips or acknowledges the Hogan friendship bracelet, rips it off the wrist of the enhancement talent and says there's no point even having those. Duggan comes out and defends the honor of Hulk Hogan, who is not in the building at the time, and Duggan uses his 2x4 and basically dares the Earthquake to return. Ultimate Warrior promo video a little bit, or promo commercial, shaking the rope, posing with fans, and doing everything that he does. An attempt to try and get him over more as a champion doesn't really work. We go once again to the event center. In the final closing moments of the program, Brutus Beefcake talks about this is not the first time that he has challenged for the Intercontinental title, but he feels more ready than ever, kind of indicating that he, in fact, coming up on July 14th, will win the Intercontinental title. Also, kind of intimating that he has beaten Mr. Perfect before. Doesn't say it directly that way, but if we remember, Perfect's undefeated streak is ended by Beefcake at WrestleMania 6, which would make him a logical challenger. So, storylines going several months back as far as completing a loop, feedback loop. But anyway, that will close us for today. Hope you enjoyed this, and again, we've got probably close to maybe 70 or so Superstars reviews. We've got the entire available 340 episode world class review. We're going to do Mid South. We're going to do Smoky Mountain. We're going to do ECW eventually. We're going to have the largest episodic television review series in pro wrestling for the kayfabe era. That's our goal, and I hope you continue to join us for that.